Welcome to the bold analysis. I've been receiving invitations, people asking me, Kevin, why aren't you commenting about the vetting of the nominees vetting? The issue of the nominees vetting, I have just realized one thing, that from the MPs, the truth of the matter is they dropped salient issues on integrity and the competence of the candidates. And I think the people that framed the way that vetting was going to be done, what was even the essence of including the net worth of a person, while it's just simple as someone coming to say, I have 400 million, 200 million, 310, this. And you can't verify. you just try as much as to push people to the corner that maybe you are lying or so, but you can't verify. So I've seen that obsession with the vetting panel, wanting to know what exactly some people are owning or what some people have, but then does it add value? Because to some extent, the media have carried newspaper headlines on net worth of candidates. Number two, there have been a lot of obsession in scrutiny of personal lives. This is my opinion. Mythical Nturi's case on that attempted rape in the Nyuki Hotel was a personal thing. But then you'll put him, he's been nominated as a cabinet member, but now unamweka hapa to try to explain such like thing in TV and kids are even watching. You know, I was like, some of those things. So we tried to dig more on people. We actually did a lifestyle audit. I don't know whether that is what that vetting was. And lastly, my personal take. Why will you vet if already nominated? Is there someone that Parliament can drop? We're waiting to see that Parliament will tell the president that so and so is not failed to hold that office. Is it? It looks like more of a formality and people are just going to expend money there without doing something constructive. But then, this is the interesting twist. Those billions that we are seeing is the pool of domestic market, the domestic pool that funded Kenya Kwanza campaigns. And that is why Kenyans have been trying to unravel why the president is so much of cronyism, giving friends here and that. Musalia Mudavadi was the first one to appear on Monday and said his net worth is 4.4 billion. Maybe it's not close to there. It's more than that. But I think because he was the first one, he's the one who tried at least to be closer to the truth, a little bit not economical with the truth. He tried. The rest that came now started now just throwing million. Unajipanga tu nitasema 4 million, niko na hii, niko na ile, it's possible. But just ask, piga tu hesabu, just add what these people are saying, the billions they are saying they are having. And then you ask yourself, do you think that Musalia Mudavadi never supported William Ruto financially? Do you think that Rigathi Gachagua never supported Ruto financially? Do you think that all these people, because their names like Njuguna Ndungu, the former CBK governor, who was kicked out, how he got himself to the cabinet is a mystery, that is a puzzle that people don't still understand. In nutshell, what I'm saying, that William Ruto's government, apart from also the foreign donors, it was also funded here locally. And these millions that we're seeing on the screens, some of them, the truth of the matter is, some of them actually were funded William Ruto's campaigns. Now, this is the impending danger because of this situation. The danger is lacking. Before we look at those dangers, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. And then I'm also reaching out to you in a special way, asking about the 50 shillings challenge. The 50 shillings challenge, is supposed to help us buy one extra camera And that extra camera is going to support our team or my production team to produce exclusive interviews. Let me say, because someone feels he funded William Ruto, there will be a lot of entitlement. And we've already seen them. So this entitlement risks rooting nepotism in government. A situation where people want to appoint their cronies in different departments and different ministries. This is a very big risk that that should worry William Ruto. And what this shows is this. When you appoint, let me say this, that when you appoint your cronies and your family members and embrace that nepotism, you will not streamline government agenda. And of course, there is the unity call. You know, in these government offices, I've had the luxury of visiting some 2 or 3 that are close to me. And I can tell you that tribalism plays out of those offices day and night. I know a department, and by there you can tell us, a department where people don't get along simply because the head of department is from another tribe and seems to be favoring person X from another tribe and all that. So tribalism is sinking in the government. And because someone feels like whatever I am given, this position I'm given as a cabinet or as a PS, I actually deserve it because I also participated and I funded this election. You know, when this comes into play, William Ruto will have to contend with a divided country. Now, one thing you need to do is this. If you want to bring this country together, you need to make sure that, number one, everyone is in government. It's not about rotational presidency, but it's about the balance. You must make sure you have the balance. Number two, about the local financiers of the campaigns, is that they can even blackmail you. Actually, they can blackmail the president. And someone should not tell you that it cannot. Uhuru Kenyatta was blackmailed. And I'm not saying because it was funded locally. This is the truth. For some of these people that might have funded the campaigns and funded William, because one thing is, between the cabinet or the face of government is directly proportional to the campaign financing. That's the biggest chunk of electoral process, campaign financing. Now, these people can blackmail the president because some of them are just tribal. Some of them just came there with the tribal tags, with tribal representation. And of course, they will always try to go and hold background, say, and Ruto will run this risk if he will allow, these other people to make sure that they just, they go back to their communities and take community background, say that I represent your community. When you give people that, people tend to take comfort, and those were some of the grounds that they can actually use to blackmail the president. Now, 3 is this, that government might be exposed. Government might be exposed because there seems to be a lot of secret and a lot of deal went so, where someone agreed this was supposed to happen and this was not done or this has not been done, and then government becomes infiltrated. With that kind of infiltration, you actually stand the risk of vulnerability, of collapse, because people know where. So you fall out, and that's why I've always said that Moses Kuria was given a cabinet slot because of his mouth. Ungemwacha nje, my good friend Patrick will tell you that Moses Kuria would have formed a very big and strong rebellion against President Uhuru Kenyatta in Mount Kenya. So there are many other silent Moses Kurias out there. There are people that if you don't give them, then yes, you're president, you have, at some point will become vulnerable. At community level, I know you cannot do anything to the president, but at community level, you just take down the euphoria of UDA and you never talk about the UDA and all that. So it's going to be an interesting stake into what exactly is playing out. And ladies and gentlemen, that is my bold analysis on the risk that could have happened when the millions that are being mentioned in the vetting process got in our campaign.